It's great that SEBI is actually clarifying that, this circular is not going to jeopardize $75 billion worth of capital outflows. But have they put any other number? If not 75, how much?
Aisha, very good morning to you and all of you. As you're rightly pointing out, there are two important aspects after this whole machinery, particularly led by Nishit Desai, yesterday came out and said that things would go out of hand, or perhaps the $75 billion will be pulled out once SEBI circular is implemented. SEBI really was upset the way FPIs particularly have behaved. Couple of things. Firstly, this circular has been put on hold, as one of the guests was also rightly mentioning. The implementation was from October 1st. It's been deferred to January 1st of 2019. Secondly, once the FPIs met SEBI chairman Ajay Tyagi, it was only after that the HR Khan committee was formed to look into the issues or clarifications being sought by the FPIs, and that is where the deferment has happened. So that's why SEBI is saying, why this fear-mongering? Because clearly the circular came out in the month of April for the implementation from October 1st. Then, keeping in mind the issues being raised, it was deferred by 3 months. So clearly SEBI is of the opinion that also we need to consider that all these regulations are formed with Prevention of Money Laundering Act being the fountainhead. That is where these regulations come from. Clearly, when PMLA Act was amended, as a regulator, they also have to subsequently make changes to their regulations. So clearly, SEBI says no need to panic. Clearly, enough time will be given as and when the circular is implemented, and they are here to hear out FPIs, and the HR Khan committee precisely has been formed to ensure that any issue that can be ironed out, and that's where the deferment of circular has taken place. Only it's January 1st, 2019 when this circular for FPIs will be implemented. So clearly no need to panic, and this fear-mongering has to stop among some players of FPIs who are trying to do this in the Indian equity market.
Vijay, the Association for Fund Managers was quoted as, citing this number, $75 billion, and there was talk about how they would be meeting SEBI officials with regards to, assessing the situation and the impact. Have you heard anything on that front? Because that's been the origination of this number, which has caused uneasiness in the market.
Absolutely. As you're rightly pointing out, this is an ongoing discussion. At the highest level, SEBI chairman himself has met the concerned top FPIs and their representatives and has heard out their concerns, particularly when it comes to the funds which are particularly of NRIs. That is where this whole issue is concerned, and how certain fund houses are managing those funds, and perhaps NRIs are based out of India, or perhaps also some established in India. Now, the second aspect is that is where this is an ongoing issue, because HR Khan committee has been hearing them out. There will be more round of discussions, and views will be taken forth. Clearly, SEBI is also in communication with the finance ministry at the highest level. So clearly, this, as I was rightly pointing out, also the finance ministry will have to kept in loop, because it is PMLA Act which is the fountainhead, and subsequently other regulations are being framed. Say SEBI as a market regulator for circulars concerning to the market. So they are very clear that all FPI concerns will be addressed. HR Khan committee is specifically looking into the issues raised. The communication lines are open, and that is why this 3 months of deferment of this circular has happened. So clearly, all issues will be ironed out, or concerns will be taken on board before the implementation of the circular from January 1st of 2019. And SEBI clearly wants to say communication lines are open, but clearly they want to ensure FPIs don't create this panic or this fear-mongering. This is not going to work, because clearly SEBI says they had done their groundwork before coming out with this circular, and they're open to work out any more flexibility that is needed. But clearly this